Today, discover the secrets of millionaire minds. Everyone's searching for that secret source to success. And what if I told you that the 5 books I'm about to share with you today have fueled myself to be able to make a fortune? You see, when I started out, I had no guidance. I had no money to employ a mentor. But I once went to a seminar, and at the seminar, this gentleman suggested that people read this book that you must have heard of, Think and Grow Rich. And before we get into these 5 books, just know that all these authors basically did was to take biblical principles and package it, and that is how they made their way to all of the major lists, such as the New York bestseller. And one key principle that Napoleon focuses on in his book, Think and Grow Rich, is Proverbs 23 verse 7, as a man thinketh, so is he. And obviously it goes into other principles that you need to implement in order to use that superpower that God has placed within each and every person. So in my mind, a must read, Think and Grow Rich, so you can learn how you can actually use your superpower that God has placed within you in order to fuel yourself towards success. And upon reading this book, I realized that each and every person that has achieved anything significantly actually have a mentor. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself books that resonate with your goals. Now you may be wondering, could anyone read these books and would they actually become successful? Take for instance Andreas Perret, who wrote the book Homeless to Billionaire. So whilst he was finding himself in Thailand, being homeless and living on the beach because he had nowhere to go, someone comes and hands him a book. So the book that the person hands him is entitled The Secret. Now the Secret is basically just a shorter version of Think and Grow Rich, which is our first book. Now, in this book, Andreas Perret explains the journey that he went through when he read the book, and he goes into 18 principles that he implements. And one key principle is how to set goals. And when I started setting goals the way Andreas teaches, then I was able to achieve what I thought I would never be able to. And upon my visit to Thailand, I made sure to go to this beach to maybe go through the emotions that he went through whilst he was homeless living on the beach. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to meet the guy whilst being there. And our third book is The Way of the Wolf. Now, in this book, Jordan Belfort teaches a important principle. Yes, I believe that God has placed within all of us a desire for something more. In other words, basically where we are finding ourselves and where we want to be. So what Jordan Belfort understands is the principle whereby each and every human being has a desire within themselves which God has put there for more. So that creates an opportunity to sell. Now in here, Jordan teaches that every sale is the same and how anyone can actually do a sale, and how the fact that everyone is always buying. So you just need to position yourself where you actually make the profit in terms of buying. So whether you have a job, that means you are selling your time. What your boss does is he's actually buying your time from you, so you can actually help him achieve his goals. And once I've learned the skill of being able to sell, I've learned from Tim Ferriss on how I don't necessarily have to sell my time, how I can actually work less than 4 hours. So in the book, The 4 Hour Work Week, Tim Ferriss teaches how you can put systems together and not have to actually sell your time in order to make an income. And one can actually do that on different ways. You can start a business, you can even invest into different businesses and buy equity in them. And what I've done is I've taken my small amount of money to actually buy equity within cryptocurrency businesses, and as a result that has made me a fortune. And upon getting those results, what Dan Henry teaches in his book Digital Millionaire Secret is that even if you know how to make 5,000 rand, if you take your knowledge, you can actually sell that and make 500,000 rand. And that is exactly what I've done and more, because I already got the results. And then when I sold my knowledge to others, that has basically just propelled my success. So these are the 5 books that I would say people need to read in order to help them to compress time frames and get to their goals quickly. So the last couple of months, I spoke to many aspiring entrepreneurs who don't really know how to actually get started on their journey. And what I've discovered is that they just need certain principles in place. So you can read this book, but I want to go a step even further. Go to the website on the screen and book a one-on-one call with myself, and we can go on a call and you can ask me any questions based on what I've learned in my entrepreneurial journey, or maybe where you are finding yourself stuck and how we can get you to the next level. See you on the call.